the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
They've had a lot of guys step up, and somehow, some way, all the dominoes fell their way. And even with a win against Baltimore, like, everybody was crowding the TV in Pittsburgh saying, okay, we need either the Titans or the Dolphins to win. And lo and behold, the former Steeler Mike Vrabel gave him a hand. So all the dominoes fell their way. And like I said, I don't think they're going to go far. I don't think they're getting past the wild card round. But the fact that they're even here to begin with, it's black magic, man. It's crazy.
Tape don't lie this week, JP. What flipped for the Bills in the last 6 games on offense? What was Joe Brady cooking that changed the Bills' just real season? They're hosting a playoff game, and we thought this was all over on this very program a month ago.
They were actually willing to run the football. I think as good as Ken Dorsey was, and as much as I thought, like, oh, he's kind of been scapegoated a little bit, he was also kind of unwilling to run the football. And that's something where the Bills have kind of leaned into that as the season has gone on, as you get into times where you need to run the football to win football games. And the Bills are able to do that effectively. I think Josh Allen has played okay. I think there have been games where, like, man, it looks really rough right now. Like, it's kind of He's been kind of But the run game being as effective as it is, and then the defense just being able to find a way has been the biggest thing. But they've included a lot more power run schemes, like pulling the tackles, running a lot of counter, instead of just running outside zone a lot. So it's that willingness to get into the run game that really has helped this offense kind of take off a little bit. And, you get hot at the right time. You catch a Miami team that it's just brutal for them. I feel bad because they were 3 minutes away in Tennessee from locking up that division. Or not in Tennessee. They're 3 minutes away against Tennessee from locking up that division, up 14. And now you have to go to Kansas City in below zero weather without your first 4 edge rushers, your starting middle linebacker, your other corner outside of Jalen Ramsey is hurt, Javon Holland's hurt, Jalen Waddle might not play, Raheem Mostert also might not play. You're going to Kansas City with Melvin Ingram and Emmanuel Ogbah as your starting edge rushers. It's just brutal for them. I feel bad, but congrats to the Bills for finding out where they needed to improve and kind of hammering that run game.
And not only that, but like defensively, man, they've been really good. And when they traded for Russell Douglas at the trade deadline, I think a lot of us just went, oh, okay, that's fine. He's changed the identity of their defense. He's been incredible. He got hurt last night too, and he talked about it post game where Dane Jackson, backup cornerback, told him, was like, look, Rasul, if you can't go, I got you. And I think just having that kind of trust has really helped this team a lot. Deion Dawkins talked about the trust of this team too. Like when they were sitting at 6-6, it was, he said it was the cornhole games, it was the Uno games, it was just the team unity, I think, that really got them through. So, we were sitting here, they're 6-6. We saw the gauntlet that they had to run: Kansas City, Dallas, Miami, and they had one loss that they could get. If you lose, you get one more loss, but after that, you're probably done. And they ran through the gauntlet unscathed, and says a lot about how they responded to all the adversity, from the Ty Dunn article about Sean McDermott, all the adversity of the Von Miller situation, all the adversity of the games that they let slip away. They've adjusted when needed, and Sean McDermott has adjusted when needed, and that has been a big thing for them too. And that was one thing that stood out to me last night, was Sean McDermott didn't coach in his fears. Like in the fourth quarter, it was 4th and 1. They were in their own territory and they went for it. I don't think Sean McDermott does that at the beginning of the season. And then later on, it's 4th and 1 at Miami's 37. They go for it again. Now, they didn't get it, But I think the fact that Sean McDermott has shown this aggression and the belief in his offense, that says a lot. Because like I said, I don't think that he does that in years past. I don't think he does that in weeks past. And the fact that he has grown in terms of saying, okay, I think he's understood and accepted that he needs to be more aggressive and he needs to change, and he hasn't got so far lost in his ways. I think that's big for them too. So, yeah, in terms of hottest teams in the NFL right now, they are certainly at the top of that list. And I said, I tweeted it out and put it on social, I think that they keep running the gauntlet and get to the Super Bowl. This is at the peak of their powers, man. Buffalo is the last team I want to see. And yes, Josh Allen is going to make, he did it last night. He's going to make at least one throw a game that makes you just scream at your TV and be like, Josh, what in the hell are you doing? I don't know if it's a Gabe Davis thing more so or anything, because the communication with him and Gabe Davis is never on. But God almighty, man.
Are either of y'all willing to put your name on them winning the AFC now?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
I will happily do it.
I still think this is setting up very nicely for Kansas City to do.
Oh, no.
No.
I think,
dude, here's the thing.
I think they're going to do the thing.
If let's say that the Chiefs go to Buffalo and they beat the Bills in Buffalo, that's a funeral. That's nobody in Buffalo is gonna that is devastating if you're the Bills, man.
I also don't think the Chiefs are beating the Dolphins this weekend.
Oh, okay. I think they're beating the Dolphins.
What?
They're beating the Dolphins are. So here's a fun fact. I talked to Matt Verderam of the MMQB today. We were talking about like historical, like what the Dolphins are and cold weather. I think in their last 10 games of playing in games under 40 degrees, they are 0-10. They do not play well.
Sounds like time for a streak to end, Jarrett Bailey.
Look, man. The Kansas City Chiefs, like they're going to send pressure at Tua. Spags is going to just be a madman for 3 hours and say, all right, we're going to press the hell out of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill because they have the corners to do it.
Jalen Waddle might not play.
And Jalen Waddle might not play.
Okay, that changes my opinion.
Mostert might not play either.
Okay, that also changes my opinion.
They also don't have anybody on defense.
Well, Bradley Chubb's out, but you know.
And Jalen Phillips.
But it's still a good defense, man.
And Jerome Baker.
But you know what's nice? There's no receivers on the opposite side. There's a Chiefs team that I don't know. I don't think they're going to be great. This is going to be close. Anyone who thinks it's going to be a blowout, I think is wrong. I think this is going to be a very close game.
This might get ugly.
I don't think the score is going to indicate a blowout, but I don't think the result's ever going to be in doubt. I think it's going to be like a 20-10 game in cold weather. It's going to be ugly. I think the Chiefs are going to win because their defense is ungodly good. That's one thing about the Chiefs. Their offense has been putrid, but their defense has been incredible. Sorry,
I think it's going to get ugly. And not only...
Go. Nicely done, nephew. The Chase Thomas podcast. Hell yeah.